Hi there, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are in this beautiful world, crazy world. Thanks for your kind prayers for my eldest boy. We're getting there. This is not to mock or to ridicule or anything. I just want to help share. Okay, so I don't see anything wrong. What do the black lines have to do with anything? The change from blue screen to green screen doesn't relate with this at all. It was changed because camera sensors are more sensitive to green light, so they are more easy to remove. Okay. So this is the lines that I'm talking about. If you can't see it, just adjust the screen a little bit and you'll see it. To me, I think this does. It's NASA is never a straight answer. Disney was part of NASA, and they were all high up. Part of the club that we're not. So to basically film, you can use any color. You don't need to use green or blue, but it's got to do with the light spectrum. Okay, so a digital camera sensors can pick up twice as many green pixels as red and blue. Because of this, green looks great environment on digital cameras, making it easier to point out, to key out visual effects in the compositing editing stage. Also, it's normally a color issue. Wearing green, use a blue screen. Wearing blue, use a green screen. Wearing both, use the very rare magenta screen, which is like maroon. Digital sensors are more cameras sensitive to green. Blue is the top layer on the film. So that's your response. I understand. Yes. So it seemed to change around the mid-90s, and guess what happened around the mid-90s? Serge Monis, 45 to December 5th, 1996, and another journalist, both who were researching, died of heart attacks within weeks of each other, and neither had a history of heart disease. Serge was in Canada. The other Canadian journalist was visiting an island. Prior to his death, the Canadian government had abducted his daughter in an attempt to dissuade him from pursuing his research into. His daughter was never returned. Pseudoheart attacks are one of the alleged methods of death introduced by I'll leave an article, link to the articles. So in 94, he put out this article. Basically, what's coming is the fake alien agenda, and it's been building up for the last few decades, and you know they're moving on with it. So the first step, like in the last implementations of this NWO, is to break down religion, because it's part of control. So, I mean, these devices can do all kinds of things, apparently, is what they're saying. But the first preparation for the plan of humanity, what they want to do is destroy the beliefs of all Christians and Muslims on the planets. To do that, they need some false proof far from the past that will prove all nations that their religions have all been misinterpreted and misunderstood. Has 4 different steps in order to implement a New Age religion with the Antichrist at its head. You must remember that New Age religion is the very foundation of the, without which religion the dictatorship of is completely impossible. So without the universal belief of this religion, the success of this will be impossible. This is why Blue Beam is so important to them. So the multiple holographic images, and in the Gulf War, they were going to use the voice to skull, and I think it was tried where a couple of the other side did put down their weapons because they thought that God had told them to. So the holographic images that they produce in the sky, I'm pretty sure that you have seen it, but you're probably not aware of it, and it's the floating city in China several years ago, and 2017. So it's, it's bringing up the alien life again, all that kind of stuff. So it's baffled resonance field theories, showing side scrapers poking out the clouds sent into a cruise spin, the speculation of alien life in a parallel universe. Weather experts have explained it as a phenomenon. So why hasn't this been seen before if it's a phenomenon? One theory that has spread online in the city is a hologram produced by the authorities called... It is a belief that NASA will simulate an alien invasion on Earth or a second coming of Christ through the holograms. Experts have revered it as fact and optical illusion as fake Maguena. Yeah, okay. So that's it there. Now, also around the same time that the blue screens changed to green screens, we got the push of the alien invasion, and guess what comes out in 96? So we have this come out in 1996, and it was a worldwide hit. They made another one in 2016, and it's supposed to it had really good graphics for the time of its production. So yeah, that was 96. Between 1976 and 81, DARPA's main projects were dominated by air, land, sea, space technology, tactical armor, anti-armor programs, infrared sensing for space-based surveillance, high-energy laser technology for space-based mission defense, anti-submarine warfare, advanced cruise missiles, advanced aircraft, and defense applications. So that's pretty much satellites or stuff in the ocean that can project images up as well. And the reason that I did mention the green screen, blue screen is because of this. On a clear blue sky, it can basically work like a blue screen. Like in the movie where you saw the Hunger Games, and they would project the people that died that night. Similar sort of thing. The system's already been tested. Holographic projections of Christ's image have already been seen in some remote desert areas. These have only been reported in tabloid papers, so they instantly rendered moot. They can also project images of alien craft, aliens, monsters, angels, you name it. Computers will coordinate the satellites, and software will run the show and tell. Holographic is based on a nearly identical signals combining to produce an image or a hologram with depth perception. This is equally acceptable to the acoustic ELF, VLF, and LF waves as it is to an optical phenomena. Specifically, the show will consist of laser projections of multiple holographic images, different parts of the planet, each receiving different images according to the predominating religious faith. Not a single area will be excluded. Not a single area will be excluded. Is this why Elon Musk is so in such a rush to get all these satellites up, Starlink up? Is that the reason of Starlink? With computer animation and sound effects appearing to come from the depths of space, astonished followers of various creeds will witness their own returned Messiah in a spectacularly convincing lifelike realness. Various images of Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, etc. will emerge into one after correct explanation of the mysteries, prophecies, and revelations are disclosed. The one God will in fact function as the Antichrist, who will explain that various scriptures have been misunderstood, that the religious of old are responsible for the turning brother against brother, nation against nature, that the religions of the world must be abolished to make way for the golden age, new age, of the one world religion, representing the one God they see before them. Now, in my eyes, the golden age has been, it's past, it's done. Naturally, this would be superbly staged, full-scale production, resulting in social and religious disorder on a massive scale. Wonder what the television transmitters or religious networks will be doing on that day. But before this, they have to go through 4 different steps in order to get to. The first step concerns the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. It deals with staging earthquakes in certain precise locations around the planet where supposed new discoveries will fully explain for them what the meanings of the basic doctrines of the world's major religions are wrong. This falsification will be used to make the population believe that all religions' doctrines have been misunderstood and misinterpreted. The falsification starts with the film 2001 Space Odyssey, TV series Star Trek, Star Wars, film in E.T., all of which deal with space invasion and protection. Jurassic Park was a push the theory of evolution. The second step deals with the gigantic space show, 3D optical holograms, sounds, laser projections, multiple holographic images, different parts of the world, each receiving a different image according to its predetermined original national religious faith. This new God image will talk in all language. As an example, the Soviets have manufactured the advanced computers and have programmed them with the minute psychological particles based upon their studies of the anatomy and biological of the human body, as well as their studies on the anatomy, chemistry, and electricity of the human brain. These computers have also been fed with different languages of the world. The third step deals with telepathic electronic two-way communication, where ELF, extra low frequency, VLF, very low frequency, and LF, low frequency waves will reach people of the Earth through the insides of their brains, making each person believe that his own God is speaking to him within his own soul. Such rays from satellites are fed from the memory of computers that store much data about the human being and his languages. These rays will then interlace and interweave with the natural thinking process to form what we call artificial talk. The fourth step involves universal supernatural manifestation using electronics means. This step contains 3 different orientations. The first one is to make mankind believe that the alien invasion is about to occur in every major city on the Earth. This is to push each major nation into using its nuclear capability to strike back. In this manner, it would put each of these nations in a state of full disarmament before the United Nations after the false attack. Do you get it? The second is to make the Christian believe that a major rapture is occurring with a simple played divine intervention of a alleged good alien force coming to save the good people from a brutal satanic attack. Its goal is to get rid of all significant opposition of the third orientation is a mixture of electronic and supernatural forces. The waves, frequencies used at the time will allow the supernatural forces to travel through fiber optic cables, coaxial cables, electronic and telephone lines in order to penetrate all electrical equipment. That'd be the Internet of Things, wouldn't it? And all appliances that will have been, then they'll have a special microchip installed. Oh God. The goal of this step deals with materialization of satanic ghosts, spears, and poltergeists all across the globe in order to push all populations to the edge of a wave of suicide. It'd be like Bird Box, wouldn't it? You know, you open your eyes and you see all this going on, but is it really happening? Killing and permanent psychological disorder. After the night of the 1,000 stars, humanity is believed to be ready for them to enter into a new Messiah, to re-establish peace everywhere at any cost, even at the cost of freedom. So I'll leave the link in the description for this one. Yeah, a lot of it is sort of far-fetched. Some people won't understand it. I'll just show this one quickly. This is about when the T-Man got in. Okay, so he dreamed the Global Swamp Coalition, martial law, president, joint commander-in-chief, one world government deep state cartel, European Black Sun nobility, the Vatican executive, Knights of Malta, supranational agencies, Rogue Mossad, Bank of International Settlements, Khazarian, Saxe Coburg and Gotha, Australia, the fake Steele dossier. So, President Reagan said in 1987, "In our obsession with the antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all of the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our people than war and the threat of war?" Reagan, 1987. So they've all set it up, the fake fear card. You know, they tried to execute him, I dare say, for saying that. Bill Clinton spoke about an incoming invasion, and that was around the time when this come out. So Bill Clinton was talking about that, and that happens. We know these exist. We've seen them all over the world. And I wouldn't be surprised if that date was brought down by him as well. Rumsfeld talks about it. 2003, New York Times. See, these are supposed to be illegal, like, under all these treaties. They're not supposed to have these space weapons up there. Yeah. Not sure about him, but I don't know. Oh, okay. So he did publish it. So Bush and the One World Government, New World Order. And the Grey State. So he died for doing this. The whole family are dead. I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it. And 17 is really popular. 17 is the amount of years it takes to become a fully high up Jesuit. To be like a full master of a Jesuit. Yeah, all these New Age religions are being pushed huge. Huh. There you go. The impeachment farce in America is a phenomenon of the Rothschild Bank for an international settlements and European inbred. I didn't mean to say that. Rude. Crime families rejecting Donald Trump's people before royal policies. European families set up America up with a 22 trillion US debt to enslave her citizens as shift slaves productions to And if you haven't worked out that, USA is military arm, the Vatican is the whole controller and religion, and England is financial, do some research. Yeah, I'm not sure. And everything that doesn't, that tends to threaten their narrative, they just label it as a conspiracy. And actually, conspiracy word was actually turned up in 17 early 1725s, I think, around that time, when the Rosicrucians joined the Freemasons. It was done as a disinfo because of the secret societies, not in the 60s. This is getting too long, but this is why I made that, because when the rabbi is being asked, are we nearly at the end for the third temple? Is the third temple almost finished? And he goes, yes, almost, it's almost finished. Well, the third temple is control over us. The third temple is the final stages. The NWO is not new. It's Nero's world order, and they're trying to re-implement it. It's been in plan for hundreds of years. So it's a top secret covert program. According to folklore, cornered rats run up their attackers' legs and bite their faces. This sheer desperation allergy must be an apt metaphor for the last gasp of fake news. UFO stories. A trump card has been played on the unholy trinity. The deep state's writing is on the wall. The script is real. It's all planned. It's all planned. This image supposedly shows millions of coffee over FEMA camp in Georgia. Digital image, computerized content. It may be fake alternative. Same as some are true, seeing is believing. Needs to be refined for these times. Seeing is believing unless a holographic projection, digital content, or the like. Yeah. And if you notice, a lot of countries have space programs now. A lot of the major countries do. So I probably missed sharing what other stuff I was going to share, but this is just going on too long. So wherever you are in the world, thanks for watching. I just wanted to help explain why I shared it and what the point of it was. You didn't see anything wrong. What do the black lines have to do? I think, well, the black lines are possibly a projection. And a change from the blue screen to the green screen. Could be because of digital cameras. So you're saying it was changed because the camera sensors are more sensitive to light and they're easy to remove. That'd be through the editing stage, probably. Kodak made the first digital camera in 1975, but I have seen from Flat Earth British a digital camera, a lot earlier than that. 1816, there you go. Oh, no, that's a normal camera, sorry. Wow, 23 seconds to make an image and record it on tape. Wow, 1975. 1951, digital photography's been around. Okay, so if digital photography has been around since 1951 and the digital camera was invented in 1971 and all the film studios would have been able to afford all of those devices, then why did they change the green screen, blue screen to green screen? Was it because of the outing of this guy that was killed? Don't know, but take it with a grain of salt. Just try and you know, I've known for some time, but I come across, just don't want people to be deceived, you know. Yeah. Well, wherever you are in the world, thanks for watching. You have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Raise your vibrations. Much love. Bye.